Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are the mighty Guru Yogurt. Oh yes, we are. So it is a crisp and mostly clear winter's morning. I've just driven from home. I'm almost in Coniston. I'm actually heading for the other side of the Lake District. I'm going to attempt being the operative word here, an ascent of Helvellyn. One of the most beautiful mountains in the Lake District. According to the ground conditions report, the mountain is in full winter condition. All of my gear is in the back, ice axes, crampons, helmet, map and compass, everything I need to make an ascent of the mountain. The mind is willing, it remains to be seen how much the body wants to do it. It's 2 or 3 years now, I think, since I last went to Helvellyn and made an ascent of Striding Edge, which is what I'm intending to do today. We will see how it goes. Okay, so I'm pretty much ready to set off now. We're going to be heading up the valley here over Birkhouse Fell. Is it Birkhouse Fell? Over Birkhouse Moor and then on towards Striding Edge. So yeah, looking forward to this one. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've left the village of Glenridding. I'm now heading up the side of the mountain, heading for Striding Edge, which I've just been talking to a climber on his way back down. He made a very early start, is apparently in perfect winter condition. So we'll just stop and have a look around here. So Helvellyn is over the back of the hill in front there. We have the Greenside Valley coming down back toward Glenridding here. Glenridding itself, the fabulous Lake of Allswater behind, and of course mountains all around. So I've probably got about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of hard uphill slog to get to the start of Striding Edge, and then from that point I'll be maybe an hour below the summit. The plan then is to traverse along the summit ridge and come back down Swirl Edge. Probably got about 7 hours of daylight left now, so I'm fairly confident I'll make it back down before it gets dark. I've got a torch if I don't. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm about halfway to Striding Edge now. Just had a sit and a look at the map, know exactly where I am and exactly where I need to go. Let's have a look around. So, very snowy mountains over there. That's St Sunday Crag, I believe. A lovely view of Allswater. And this is the direction we're going in. So essentially what I need to do is to follow the line of this wall up onto the ridge there, and then there's a bit of a dogleg turn, and that will take me down to a little place called Hole in the Wall. It'll become clear why it's called that when we get there, and from there it's a short hop to the beginning of Striding Edge. Time proceeds apace, as it is wont to do. I need to get a move on. I really want to be down before it gets dark. Okay, so that is the ridge that I came up to from Glenridding. I've come down the other side, where you can probably see these people walking back up. And what we've got here is a fairly good illustration of how quickly conditions in the mountains can change. Now, all the way up to here, it's been really quite pleasant. Bit of a breeze, quite strong at times, pleasantly warm. Maybe not warm, it's all relative, isn't it? You wait and see what happens when we get on the other side of the wall here. It's like being in a completely different place. Let me show you. Okay, so here we are on the other side of the wall. Totally different landscape. Amazing. So, it's really quite windy up here. Visibility is not great on the summit, as you can see. Well, as you can't see. Striding edge over to the left there. I'm not certain I'm going to go and do that now. Time is getting along. I think what I'm going to do is to head down this path down the middle of the valley here. There's a secluded little tarn at the end of it, and from there I'll have options. I may go up one of the snow gullies to the left. I might have a look at number 2 gully, which is the broad swathe of snow leading up toward the summit, but I'm thinking it's probably a bit late in the day. I'll have a look when I get there. I'll also be checking out the condition of the snow. It's not particularly cold, although it feels it. The wind chill factor is kicking in now. But I'll go and have a look anyway and see if it's in condition. I haven't done number 2 gully since I was about 15, I think. When I get down to the hollow, just before the steep face, I'll decide what I'm going to do from there. But I have the option of coming back along this path that then leads down back into Glen Ridding. So we'll see how it goes. Still haven't decided. I've probably got 3 hours of daylight left, maybe 3.5. I'm going to need to move fast if I am going to summit. But I'll get down to Red Tarn first and then decide what to do. Okay, so here we are at Red Tarn. A truly beautiful place. I've actually camped over the other side of the tarn for a couple of nights a few years ago. So I've pretty much decided what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the tarn and have a look at the snow condition in that gully leading up onto the summit. You can actually see the summit now. The cloud has begun to clear. You might also be able to see people walking along the ridge, having summited, and then heading down Swirl Edge, which is what my plan is. I'll see what the snow is like when I get to the start of that gully there and make a decision from there. If I decide it's not climbable, I'll back off, come back down to the edge of the tarn, and then head down the path back to Glen Ridding down there. But it's turning into a very pleasant winter's afternoon here. That's Striding Edge over there. You can see people probably heading up along that. But we'll see how we go. Okay, so here we are, maybe an hour later. I went all the way around the tarn there. Went about a third of the way up the gully. Ice axes, crampons. Even a third of the way up the gully. The snowpack is really unstable. My boots were sinking into the snow. It's kind of classic avalanche conditions. Give it a miss. I decided to give it a miss. So, do I feel bad about failing? Do I heckers like? Maybe when I was in my 20s or my 30s, yeah, that might have affected me. I might even have pushed on. But the conditions, well, I quite frankly didn't think they were safe. Maybe if I'd arrived here 5 hours earlier, but at this point the snowpack is beginning to thaw and it really is not stable enough to be climbing. So, nevertheless, an absolutely fantastic day in the mountains. It was certainly worth coming out. And if the snow remains, maybe it'll be in condition next week. We will see. So I've now got about an hour and a half slog down to the van, and then I'm going to stop off in Ambleside, go to the place where I work at the moment and see what my workload is looking like for tomorrow, and then it'll be about a 50-minute drive home, where the Murgatroyd will be well advanced in her cooking of one of her fabulous chicken dinners. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you in a bit. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, and do bear in mind tomorrow's video will be motorcycling. There's no motorcycling in this one. Oh, go on then, just a little bit. And we'll see you in the next film. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.